Hello everybody, I'm Sheree. What if there's a way to turn your boring work into an exciting game that you actually enjoy playing? The story is about Serafina Fino in the book Flow. She's a 76-year-old woman who lived in the Val d'Aosta region of Italian Alps. Serafina doesn't have an easy life up on the mountains of the Alps, but she never distinguished her work with her free time. This is exactly what she loved to do every day. She wakes up at 5 in the morning, milks her cow, cooks a huge breakfast, and then cleans her house. Then, depending on the weather of the day, she took the herd to the meadows right below the glaciers. Then she tended to her orchard and caught some wool. During summer, she spent a lot of time up on the high altitude to cut hays and then carry huge bales of them miles away down to her barn. This woman, she doesn't even prefer the regular route, shorter route back to her barn. She picks the route that is invisible and windy to walk by, so the slopes on the road won't be eroded. Then in the evening, she reads and tells stories to her grandchildren, or she plays music in party that she hosted at her house with friends and family a few times a week. When she's asked if she had all the money and all the time in the world, what would she rather do? She said she would wake up at 5 in the morning, milk her cows, cook a huge breakfast, clean her house, tend to her herd, and tend to her orchard, and so on. How can she be so content with her situation and her lot? Working is like playing to her. And there's a story about Joe Kramer. Joe's working environment is harsh, even inhuman almost. He's a welder in a South Chicago plant where railroad cars were assembled. Joe is the most efficient worker in the factory. He mastered every single phase of the plant's operation, and his co-workers said without Joe, they ought to shut down the shop right away. Still, Joe denied any promotions that were offered. He's content with being a welder for the rest of his career. At home, Joe has a little garden of Eden where he built aesthetic rocks and terraces and paths with hundreds of flowers and shrubs. Mind you, the area that he lives in is infested with weed before he built his garden. Joe is fascinated with machines, so he even created ground sprinklers that make rainbow in the garden. Unlike many of his co-workers, right after work, they would rush into nearby bars to drink up, to chat, and to get drunk. Joe comes home with his family and with his garden, so that in the middle of the night, or whenever he wants, he can sit on the porch, turn on 2 switches, and he can see fans of water and light and color from his creation. What Serafina and Joe have in common is that they enjoy what they do regardless of the working condition. They are able to be in flow, even in the harshest environment one can imagine. How could they do that? Probably because they continually challenge the skills at work or at anything they choose to do. They keep asking themselves, how can I do this specific activity slightly faster and better? And there's this delicate balance between their skills at work and the challenges they set for themselves that allow them to enter the flow channel more often. And that's the part where no amount of money in the world can afford. The ability to create play out of work, out of the most difficult situation. Flow is an incredible phenomena that it takes a lot of practice to be in. If you want to know more about the flow state, please consider watching this video. Thank you for watching. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in my content, please consider clicking the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.